Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Madisonville Marine. People, people, people. That is what sets Madisonville Marine apart. Steve Sloan, Joe Special, and their team want to put you in the boat that is right for you, period. It's not just about selling you a boat. It's about finding the right boat for you. Makes you happy, makes you come back when you're ready to trade a boat 15 years from then. Go see the selection for yourself. You'll be impressed. Talk to the folks and see for yourself why I am so bullish on Madisonville Marine. All right. Bullish. It's close to a word that I'm often associated with, but it's not the exact word. All right. We continue our run through the topics that we think are going to be, that have been a little bit overlooked this summer. Jimmy, you've got one regarding the run game, specific part of it.
If you look at Tennessee the last few years in the run game, they've not been very good in short yardage, whether it's 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, 4th and 1. They don't pick that up very often. And so what that does is not only does it obviously take your offense off the field, it puts your defense back on the field. They have got to be better in short yardage situations. That's why I think Jeremy Banks is really important. He's their biggest back. He's their most powerful back. Obviously, he needs to get rid of the fumble, but I think that he's a guy that could be a really good short yardage back for Tennessee, could help convert some of those 3rd downs, keep the offense on the field, continue potential scoring drives. I think Banks is a guy that could really make an impact on the offense.
Very good. So Jeremy Banks, the short yardage run game has been kind of overlooked this summer. David, you had one that the front line looks pretty good, but it's kind of like the Garantano situation. A lot of question marks behind it. What area are you talking about?
Exactly. So you know that you have Alontae Taylor and Bryce Thomas. I think those guys are all SEC guys that they could easily be All-Americans by the end of their time here.
Yeah.
Warren Burrell's had a really nice spring, but you need more than 2 corners, 2.5 corners right now. And if one of those guys gets hurt, that could be a problem. You know, it's football, and I think that's the thing is everyone wants to act like this is, oh, they're good there. We have a defensive backs, coach that has, Tennessee is a couple guys away from being DBU again. And it's like, well, you got 2 really good guys.
Right, you got 2.
You got 2 guys you know are good. You don't have a whole lot behind them, and you have Balin Buchanan, who's been out for the first couple weeks. He's got a lot of experience of the neck injury. You don't know what his situation is. So you need Burrell to be a guy, and you need to find some other bodies because you really only have 2 guys you feel really good about. The rest of them, we'll see.
So much of this ties into something that, a couple of weeks ago we did on the show, who are your most important guys, and a lot of it are question marks. We're talking in this show. Defensive line, the question mark's there. Offensive line, the question mark's there. The question mark's behind your quarterback, and the question mark behind the cornerbacks. I talked to somebody who was on the team last year, this week, and they said to me, I don't think people understand that this is going to take another year, that Pruitt needs another year, that they need more bodies. This kind of says that. Now, maybe they surprise. It's been known to happen. Maybe they shock and win 9 games, and everybody's going nuts. And if so, you got a good coaching staff. But I think all of what we're talking about here and what we continue to talk about is the fact that this is still another year away from being where people want it to be. In terms of your guys' points, I thought I really do. I agree with you, but I think the Jeremy Banks thing in the short yardage run game especially, that has been overlooked. Mm-hmm. That is something that nobody really has talked about. And you think about all the times you put that bad defense back out there because you couldn't pick up a 3rd and 1 or a 3rd and 2. Gentlemen, anything stand out to you on what these guys were saying?
Well, I agree with him about Banks, and his fumbling can be fixed. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you listen to coaches, you can fix fumbling. So it's a problem, but I don't think it's a mega problem if he'll listen to it as coaches.
Yeah, I think the 2 conversations come back to the youth and the inexperience, and if Tennessee's going to try to make a big jump this year, that 8 to 9 win range, then you're talking about a lot of breaks having to go your way. And this week, they had a couple of breaks go against them. So you have to avoid injury, and you need those young players to be ready, a lot of them, very quickly. And
when you look at the 2 guys, Taylor and Thompson from last year, you're looking at guys who, it's the rare instance for Tennessee in recent years where, okay, you're going to need these all-star recruits to come in here and really do well. And they did. And, of course, at one point, you were looking at Taylor and thinking, oh, he's going to be a playmaking wide receiver. And then Pruitt moves into the defensive backfield, and it's a good move.
Taylor and Thompson are 2 examples of confidence in the future. Get more players like that. Get them to
around
develop.
them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Very good. When we come back, we have one more overlooked storyline. It involves Butch Jones. But come back anyway. This is interesting. We'll let Josh explain next when we come back on the Sports Source.